Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
No, none do.
Hare Rama,
Oh my gosh.
It's not dead yet.
No, it's good. How do I open this?
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
To beat.
Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Should we start?
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hey Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radhe Shyam, Jaya Radhe Shyam, Jaya Radhe Shyam, Jaya Radhe Shyam. Jaya Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava, Shri Radhe. Gurudeva Jaya, Gurudeva Jaya, Gurudeva Jaya, Gurudeva. Gita Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gita Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Jai. Jai Radha Madhava
Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirveshesha Sunyabhadi Pashati Adeshatarine Srila Prabhupada Shiva Jayo Jaya Gaura Chander Harati Koshobha Janabhi Tatha Bhane Jagamana Lobha Kibadha Kineni Tai Chan Bhamme Gadadhara Nikateya Dvaita Srini Basa Chatra Dhara Kiva Bahu Koti Kiva Bosi Ache Gaurachan Ratna Simasane Arati ko dena Brahma Adi Deva Ghane Bhavana সাধি আদি করি ছম্মারা ধুলা যা সঞ্জা মুকুন্দা ভাসু গোসাধি গাজা কিবা শঙ্খা বাজে গন্থা ভাজে বাজে করথালা মাধুরা মৃদঙ্গা ভাগে পরমারসালা কি বাবা হো ক্ষতি চন্দ্রাজিনী বাধা না উজ্জ্বলা গালা দেশে বানামালা করে ঝালামালা কি বাসিভা সুখা নারাধা প্রেমে গাধা গাধা ভাকাতি ভিনোধা থেকে গোরারা সম্পাধা ভাকাতি ভিনোধা থেকে গোরারা সম্পাদা জয়া গৌরানিতাই জয়া গৌরানিতাই গৌরানিতাই জয়া গৌরানিতাই নিতাই গৌরা হরি বল হরি বল হরি বল গৌরা হরি বল নিতাই গৌরা হরি বল হরি বল হরি বল গৌরা হরি বল Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivashadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Chaitanya Nityananda Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivashadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Na Chaitanya Sri Gaura Hari Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivashadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Sri Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Gora Gora, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Gora Gora, Radhe Shyam. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Chan 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Radhe Shyam Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Radhe Radhe Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Bhaje Radhe Shyam Jaya Radhe Shyam Radhe श्याम जय राधे 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 श्याम निताई गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल गौरा हरि बोल निताई गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल गौरा हरि बोल निताई गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल गौरा हरि बोल बोलो निताई गौरा प्रेमानंदी हरि हरि बोल जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत शिष्यमाद हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस ऐसी भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी शिल प्रभुपाद की जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत शिष्यमाद हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज शिल प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य शिल प्रभुपाद की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्यामकुंद राधा कुंद गिरि गोवर्धन की श्री वृंदावन मथुरा धाम की श्री मायापुर नवद्वीप धाम की पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की गंगा मई यमुना मई की भक्ति देवी श्रीमती तुलसी महारानी की their most beautiful lordship Shishi Radha Shama Sundara ki their most beautiful lordship Shishi Radha Madhava ki Sri Sri Gaura Hari ki Sri Jagannath Sivaladev Shrimati Subhadra Maharani ki Sri Harinam Sankirtan Jagya ki Nitai Gaura Premanandi. Oh, glories to the assembled devotees. Oh, glories to the assembled devotees. Oh, glories to the assembled devotees. Oh, glories to Shishi Guru and Shiguranga.
Namaste Narasimhaya Namaste Namaste Narasimhaya Narasimhaya Prahlada Lada Dayane Prahlada Lada Dayane Hiranyakashe Purvaksha Akashe Purvaksha Hiranyakashe Purvaksha Akashe Purvaksha Shilatankana Khalaye Shilatankana Khalaye Shilatankana Khalaye Ito Nrsimha Parato Nrsimha Nrsimha Parato Nrsimha Ito Nrsimha Parato Nrsimha Nrsimha Parato Nrsimha Jato Jato Yami Tato Nrsimha Jato Yami Tato Nrsimha Jato Jato Yami Tato Nrsimha Jato Jato Yami Tato Nrsimha Bahir Nrsimha Hridaye Nrsimha Nrsimha Hridaye Nrsimha Bahir Nrsimha Hridaye Nrsimha Nrsimha Hridaye Nrsimha Nrsimhamading Sharanam Prapade Nrsimhamading Sharanam Prapade Nrsimhamading Sharanam Prapade Nrsimhamading Sharanam Prapade Tavakara Kamalavare Nakham Adbhuta Singam Lolita Hiranyakashipu Tanavringam Keshavadhitam Narahare Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Kar Kamal Vare Nakham Adbhuta Shringam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tano Bringam Keshavadhirta Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jayo Keshavadhrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Keshavadhrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Nrsimhadev 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 Jai Nrsimhadev 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 Jaya Nrsimhadev Jaya Nrsimhadev Jaya Narahare 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 Jaya Narahare 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 Jaya Narahare Jaya Narahare Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Jayo Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jayo Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada भक्ति विघ्न विनाशक नरसिंहदेव भगवान की भक्तराज प्रहलाद महाराज की श्रील प्रभुपाद
जय हरि हरि बोल हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Welcome to all of you on this wonderful day, on this Sunday feast. On behalf of our His Divine Guest Srila Prabhupada and our temple president Premna Mataji, I would like to welcome all of you. Is there anyone coming to the temple first time? First time? You? Anybody else? First time? Oh, there are so many first timers. Oh, thank you so much. Please give a big hand for all the first timers. I have a small gift for you. Would you mind coming and collecting? Please come. Yeah, I have one gift for each family. Please, thank you. thank you so much. And for all those you who are first timers, just a brief announcement. First of all, right now, as I complete the announcement, we will go for our Sunday class, and then post class there is a prasadam. So please wait, don't go, you are our guest, don't go without taking prasadam today. And every Sunday our program starts at 5 o'clock, and there are schedules all over the place. Please stop by at the reception desk to collect more information. So today we have a wonderful speaker, and he's none other than His Grace Subhal Prabhu. Please give a big hand those people you know. Subhal Prabhu is, I have some introduction which I can read it out, but more than I can read, I know. He is one of the founder members. Since the day one this temple here began, Subhal Prabhu was very instrumental in putting everything together, very small, little by little process, policies, bringing devotees, encouraging us. So, and he keep coming here to guide us. So thank you, Subhal Prabhu, for everything. And so thank you, Achana Mataji, for you as well. So a brief introduction for Subhal Prabhu. Subhal Prabhu, His Grace, had joined ISKCON in 1983, a disciple of His Holiness Rompada Swami Maharaj. He served through his 41 years of experience as a Bhakti Yoga practitioner in many different leadership capacity within the ISKCON temples of New York, New Jersey, Naperville, and right now in Chicago. Subhal Prabhu is one of the Pujari servant in ISKCON Chicago temple, and he's a professional musician, and with education in a famous Berklee School of Music in Boston. He lives in Weston with his highly experienced Krishna conscious educated wife, Krishna Archana Mataji. So please give a big Haribol to Krishna Archana Mataji as well. Mataji, flag, people wants to see you. So with that, I will ask Subhal Prabhu, please come here and honor us. Thank you, Prabhu. To all those Matajis, please come this side. Prabhus, please come this side and enjoy the lecture. Thank you. Okay, stand. Where is the stand?
So, Hare Krishna, everybody. It's wonderful to be here. It's always like coming home, coming to Shishi Radha Shama Sundar and the devotees here in Naperville. And okay, let's see if this works. Hopefully, because my presentation is depending on this PowerPoint for you. Give me a moment, okay? Let's see if they can figure it out. Well, how about, I wanted to take advantage because it's short time, so I wanted to jump into the class, but since the technology have to wait for me, so we do a little chanting. In general, let's see. Nandi Kishore Ki Jai. Yes! Clap for Nandi Kishore. So, this is a class that I call the DEI of Bhakti. Now, back in time, in Srila Prabhupada's BTG, or the Back to Godhead magazine, there was a session that I really liked at that time, that it was called the Vedic Observer. Any of you read the BTG sometimes? Anyway, they have this session that was called the Vedic Observer that would take note of the things that happen in the world, and then they will comment according to the Vedic perspective. So, for some of us to pay attention to the world news and the political atmosphere that is right now in the world, that is actually quite conflicting, divisive, and there are so many things that are worrisome that are happening right now, not just here in America, but all over the world. And this particular issue, the DEI, has become a very hot topic, not only in terms of social justice, but also in terms of political, affairs. It's actually a very hot political issue. So I wanted to take the approach of the Vedic Observer into this particular issue that I personally think is a very, very relevant and important issue in general for any type of social structure, in community structure, any type of organization that have people have to have a sense of these principles. So we're gonna today, hopefully we can do it very consistently, explore a little bit about this DEI principle. So I want to start with this statement. I say Sri Chaitanya's universal call, DEI, which stands for diversity, equity, and inclusion, is part of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's universal call. And we're going to go through this presentation to understand what Lord Chaitanya is giving us in terms of these very important principles. I write here, while modern societies struggle with diversity, equity, and inclusion, ISKCON, our institution here, has inherited the timeless solution, an open, universal Sankirtan movement meant to welcome all without distinction. That is the universal call of Sri Chaitanya. So, with that, let us go and explore how the world is trying to deal with these social issues of diversity, equity, and inclusion. So the modern world is struggling with these things, and we see that. I mean, most of us are minorities in this country, and we hear about that in the news. We hear from friends. We mostly know people who have been affected by the politics of this type of, clashes of culture like that. So let's explore about this struggle that is not only here in America, but it's all over the world, in Europe, in India, very, very much. All over the world, we have this struggle of trying to balance, to figure it out, these principles. So what is DEI? So let's go through. So diversity means many backgrounds, cultures, genders, races. This is what it means, a natural diversity that is in the world. We hear in the Srimad Bhagavatam that is 400,000 species of human beings in the universe. 400,000 species. That means there is differences, there is diversity in the human, for human beings. And then the Bhagavatam also tells us that the combination of the three modes of nature, when they combine with each other, they provide 81 different manifestations of these combinations. And each of these combinations, according to the level of how much of the modes are there, give us a particular type of way of seeing the world, of perceiving the world, of processing the world. So you can understand from that the highly diverse type of reality that we have to face in the world, just by dealing in our human society. Just by that. Huge diversity is natural. Then we have equity, which we write here, fairness and equal opportunity. And we have inclusion, which is ensuring that everyone belongs and flourishes. So these are natural elements that are required for social order. Any type of organization, any type of a structure that have to deal with people have to have these things. It's natural. Obviously, we have to deal with diversity in any type of social arrangement. Obviously, it is implicit that in these organizations, these structures should be the opportunities, the equal opportunities for everyone to flourish according to their nature. So these are important things. These are natural. These are things that are implicit in social order. Now, why so much struggle? Is this something that is common sense? Well, here's our statement that throughout this presentation, we're going to try to explain. We say here that to achieve social order, to be able to accommodate these natural principles of social order, they have to be connected to a transcendental, God-centered vision. Without that, it is impossible. It's not sustainable. Without having the basis of a transcendental God-centered vision, is not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So this is our statement, and we're going to try to support that statement through this presentation. So, first of all, let us see the liberal and the conservative views of DEI, how they deal with that. Because we have, at this moment, this cultural, political war on these subjects. There's a lot of conflict, there's a lot of fighting. So let's analyze each one, and we're going to try to see how each of these ideologies fail to establish the proper social order according to these principles. So here we go with the liberal ideology. So the core idea of the liberal ideology is that social order should be based on equality, rights, freedom, and progress. Liberals emphasize justice, inclusivity, and reform to correct past injustices. Quite noble. It's quite right. We can say that yes, that makes sense. That's common sense and is natural like that. So we agree with that. Anyone disagree with those? I mean, yeah or no? I guess everybody agrees. So this is a core idea of liberal policies. Now, strength of this type of thinking empowers marginalized groups, seeks fairness, and adapts to changing conditions. So these are the strengths of these liberal ideologies. Where are the weaknesses? The weaknesses is that it can slide into something that is called relativism. What does this word relativism mean in modern politics? It means that there is the idea that these three things, truth, morality, and what is the other one? Truth, morality, and I can't remember the other one. But so all these and principles, no, values, sorry. Truth, morality, and values are not absolute, are relative. So that means that any type of mentality should be accepted. Any type of ideas, they're okay. They should be equal. They should be given a space. Now, what is the problem with relativism when you don't have an absolute guidelines for what is good and what is bad? That anything can go on. And we see that there are hate groups that have equal voice in this society. And sometimes they are protected by this relative type of approach. So then we can, on the name of free of speech, people can say hateful things and terrible things, harmful things, and bring up abuses and violence to others. So this is one of the weaknesses and failures of this whole approach, because it doesn't understand, it's not based on an absolute platform. So remember our initial statement, when it's not connected to transcendental God-centered vision, it will fail. So the liberal position is failing because of that. Here's another weakness. Disregard of tradition. Part of the whole thing that the approach of the liberal ideology to deal with this is that you have to get rid of traditions that feels that are stuck in time, that are outdated. And therefore, they have to constantly question the validity of gender identities or the type of occupations or family. All these type of things are questioned in terms of tradition. And like you remember in the Bhagavad Gita, what Krishna says to Arjuna, Arjuna makes the actual, he tells Krishna that if we don't protect traditions, society will go, actually, it will be destroyed, it will destroy society. So traditions are very important because maintains an identity, a common identity in the group, in society. So there is need of reformation sometimes when there is injustice, but not by getting rid completely of traditions. Traditions are very important, and one have to protect it. And another weakness here is a fragmentation of values. When you have this idea that everything is okay, everything is equal, So then now you create an atmosphere in which there are going to be competing values. So my idea is as good as your idea, so we're going to compete which one will dominate. So it creates what is called these cultural wars. And that's what we're experiencing right now. So in total, the whole thing becomes very chaotic because there's not a grounding type of understanding of how to carry out, how to organize society. The ideals are okay, but because there is a disconnect with transcendental knowledge, God-centered vision, then it falls apart. So the liberal idea falls apart. Now let us see the conservative ideology. The core idea of the conservative ideology for this diversity, equity, and inclusion is that social order must be preserved through tradition, authority, and personal responsibility. Conservatives emphasize family, religious morality, cultural continuity, and respect for hierarchy. But also, these are very important things. These are very important things to maintain an identity of a social group, a common ground, commonality. That's what, brings everything together. So it's important. It's important to maintain. What are the strengths of these core ideas? Stability, preservation of identity, protection of community values, and emphasis on duty over entitlement. These are some of the things that conservative brings very much against the liberal ideologies. What are the weaknesses and where did it fall? It can become rigid. What does this mean? They become so, they can move from their ideas. So when there is need for reformation, when there is need to actually address problems, they won't do. Example, like the whole problem with environment. How you call that? That our environment is the global warming, all these type of things. It's an issue that the whole country, that most of people are saying yes, this is a problem. But we cannot address this because we're rigid about changes. Another thing is social injustices. Although we understand these things are problematic, we don't address them because we're not going to entertain changes. Become rigid about a particular view. Resisting to necessary reform and may justify inequality by tradition rather than by dharma. So when detached from God, it risks being oppressive and elitist. So we see that it can go into areas of cruelty to other people, lack of empathy, and we see that in the policies, some of the policies that have been displayed right now, they're quite cruel. And I mean, we see it right now in full displayed in some areas of the world in which people are suffering so much. And the lack of empathy is something that is very disturbing. And that's the result of this type of rigidity, when there is no connection, when there is no grounded in this God-centered vision. It's not properly grounded. And the same problems manifest with religions in the world. We see that is exclusivist, that there is conflict between religions. There is there is rejection, all type of things, So religion also in the world is not giving us answer to how to properly give society the means to actually flourish and be able to work together like that. So the result is there is social unrest around the world. It's something that is like that all over the world. It doesn't matter where you go. So now let us see the Bhagavad Dharma view of social order. The Bhagavad Dharma, especially for us, we have the Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita has been given to us by Lord Krishna himself as the guidelines of how, is the ABC of how we can live our life in a way and organize ourselves in a way that we can actually flourish in God consciousness. It gives us the essence of a God-centered society and how to live a life like that. So, in the Bhagavad Gita, the social structure is presented by Lord Krishna. He expressed this as the Varnashram Dharma. Varnashram Dharma is the social structure that is given by the Vedas to human society. So he explains that the divine origin and order of this social structure, social harmony arises when human society is aligned with Dharma, the eternal laws of God. So that's the basic principle. So when we establish a social order that is based on religious principles given by God, Dharma. Dharma is a very specific definition of religion in the Vedas that explains Dharmas tu Bhagavan Pranitam. That Dharma is the laws that are given by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They're not man-made. They're given by God. Is the universal order for human beings. So when society is organized according to that, then you have harmony. So Krishna explains that the 4 social divisions are created by me. So he talks about this caste system, the 4 orders of social life. And he explains that this caste, which is something that we have to be very careful, especially for most of you that come from India, you're accustomed to the modern casteism. But we're not talking about that. Krishna doesn't talk about that. Krishna talks about Varna and Ashram. Varna and Ashram. So the 4 Varnas, which translate into caste, the 4 Varnas are according to qualities and work, not by birth, which is the misinterpretation of that happens in we'll say not just modern India, but it's been happening through Kali Yuga. This misinterpretation that is by birth is not by work and by quality. But Krishna say that guna karma vibhagasa, guna and karma, by qualities and by work. So these 4 are natural divisions that tell us about diversity. So they're different. They're different. The different types of divisions in society. And this is divinely arranged. So This means that social roles are divinely ordained, not arbitrary or based on birth, but on qualities, guna, and activities, karma. And cooperative system like the body's limbs, not competition. So it's like the body. Explains like that. Explains like the brahmanas are like the head, the kshatriyas are like the arms that protects, the vaishyas are like the belly, and the sudras are the legs. You don't have the legs competing with the arms. I mean, sometimes you see people walking, with their arms like that, but you don't do that regularly. If someone does that, you're gonna call the ambulance or something like that. Crazy people. Maybe in Rogers Park you see sometimes people like that. But yes, you don't have competition. There's cooperation. There's cooperation about the things. And it's not that you say, yeah, I take care of my head, but I forget about my legs and my arms. No one thinks like that. Everything is important, and everything has a function, a different function, but it works cooperatively. So the social structure is meant like that. So first of all, addressing diversity. That's the Bhagavad Dharma addresses diversity by creating a social structure that takes into consideration the different type of occupations that are there, that are natural in human beings. He addresses equality by this principle called Samadarshana. Samadarshana. Samadarshana is a verse in the Bhagavad Gita that Krishna explained that the humble sages sees with equal vision. Samadarshana means equal vision. Sees with equal vision a brahmana, a cow, an elephant, a dog, and a dog eater. So the equality of all living entities are not in the body, are not in the occupation, are not in nature, but are in spirit. I'll explain that here. The living entities in this conditioned world are my eternal fragmental parts, Krishna also explained. So everybody, every single, not just humans, actually every single entity is a spirit soul. And with that, there's this equality. So the sage can see that, Samadarshana. Spirituality, every soul is equal. Spiritually, every soul is equal. The social distinctions, this is important. The social distinctions are for organizing material duties, not for defining spiritual worth. So this is something when we come to equality. And now, the other element that Krishna presents in the Bhagavad Gita for social order is leadership. Is the position of a leader. Is the position of someone who is who will facilitate and protect others. So everybody have the capacity to flourish, and everyone is included. And everybody is functioning under the God-centered type of vision. So the leader's duty, Lord Krishna explains, kings such as Janaka obtain perfection solely by performing of prescribed duties. Therefore, just for the sake of educating the people in general, you should perform your work. And then he goes to say, famous verses, whatever action a great man performs, common men follow. And whatever standards he sets by exemplary acts, the world pursues. So the position of a leader is extremely important to maintain social order. So leadership is also an important element. And then, because the quality of the leader is one of the most important qualities of the leaders is this principle of loka sangraha, which means leaders work for the welfare of all, not excluding anyone, but for the welfare of all. There's no such a thing of my people and not my people. It's for all. That's what the leaders do. That's what the leaders during the Bhagavad Gita time supposed to do. Society prosper only when guided by Dharma. So therefore, these leaders, they were called Raja Rishis. They were saintly kings who were protectors of Dharma. When kings deviate from Dharma, then Krishna comes and wipes them out. So it's important like that. So, but wonderful. Well, what happened in Kali Yuga? When the whole Varnashram Dharma collapses. The whole system of Varnashram becomes dismantled by the effects of Kali Yuga. We know, we have heard part of that history. Then we're going to talk about Sri Chaitanya's Sankirtan mission and how the same principles of universality, equality, all of this becomes delivered to us by Sri Chaitanya's Mahaprabhu's mission, Sankirtan mission. Lord Chaitanya gave us the Yuga Dharma. The Yuga Dharma, Lord Chaitanya explains that in this age of Kali, the only means of deliverance is the chanting of the holy names of the Lord. It's a powerful principle. We hear Lord Chaitanya explain that this chanting of the holy name is universal, is for all. Everyone can participate. There's no thank you. There's no limit. There's no bar. Everyone can become part of the Sankirtan movement. Everyone. And we're going to hear throughout, hopefully we go through the whole presentation, and you're going to hear how these teachings being carried out all the way to us. It's universal. Everyone is for everyone. It's simple. It's a very simple. Srila Prabhupada explains that it's so simple that even a child can do it. And he even goes to say, and even a dog. I don't know, sometimes someone sent me a video of a dog that appears to be chanting Ram. Anyone seen that video? So it was running around in the internet like that. One devotee will say Ram, and the dog will say Ram, Ram, something like that. Anyway, Prabhupada said it. It's not, I'm not saying it like that, sentimental. Prabhupada say even a dog can take part on this chanting, not just. So it's simple. It's a simple thing. Everybody can do. Everybody can do. Part of my service, dear to me, is doing kirtan programs, Harinam. And in general, I figured out ways of getting people to chant. And it really doesn't matter. Young people, old people, in churches, bunch of Christians, Muslim, it doesn't matter. If you present it in a certain way, it's so simple. People just chant. And they can even dance too, because it's a simple method. It's powerful. It's a powerful process. Lord Chaitanya tells us that in these holy names, He have invested all his transcendental potencies. Nam Nam Akari Badhuda Niya Sharva Shakti. Sharva Shakti. Imagine all the potencies of the personality of Godhead are invested in his holy name. Now just think about it. Just by observing the whole cosmic manifestation, by observing nature, you go in awe how wonderful this creation is. And in the 10th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, that's only a spark of my splendor. So imagine the potency of Krishna, and imagine now all those potencies invested in his holy name. So it's powerful. We cannot conceive the power of the holy name. So it's a very powerful thing that the Lord is delivering, this Yuga Dharma. And he tells us, he gives us the mission for anyone who received Lord Chaitanya's mercy, who received Lord Chaitanya's message of Sankirtan. Then he gave us the responsibility and the mission that this chanting, this is at the heart of the Sankirtan mission. Every one of us who is receiving this message receive also this mandate that he tells us that in every town and village the chanting of my name will be heard. So the Sankirtan mission is meant to be chanted, to be taken to every town and village of the world. So it's a prophecy that Lord Chaitanya gives that implies global outreach. Every town and village. He didn't say every town and village in Bengal or every town and village in India. He said every town and village. So it's a global outreach. We are a mission with a global outreach vision. That is Lord Chaitanya. Srila Prabhupada once was traveling with his disciples, and as he was traveling, he saw in the highway an advertisement that he said, the Sankirtan mission. You know what that was? Sherwin Williams. He saw this advertising. He saw cover the earth. He saw that is the Sankirtan mission. That is what we're supposed to do. To cover the earth with the Sankirtan mission. That is the call for us. So now, very relevant to us, because what we receive now from Lord Chaitanya's teaching has been tailored to modern times by these three great acharyas. The three Gaudiya Vaishnava acharyas for the modern world. These three great acharyas, each one of them took the message and prepared it for this global mission, this global outreach. So the first one, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, the visionary and the reformer. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he was present during the height of the British Empire, or the British, the British rule in India in the 19th century. And Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he took the message of Lord Chaitanya and was able to envision according to, in a way that was able, or was, the vision was to create an universal religion that will be able to be approachable and consumable by the whole world, especially the Western world. So he had that vision. He took the message of Lord Chaitanya, and with his understanding, because he was educated in the Western, British ways, he was able to present it and to frame it in such a way that was able to reach like that. So he created the vision. And I'm going to share with you some of his messages in his writings. Actually, we're going to do that with each one of these great acharyas, and also connected a little bit to understanding how we can apply it to this subject of discussion, DEI, the diversity, equity, and unity, and inclusiveness. So he talks of on the equality of all souls. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. This is back in the mid-1800s, He says, the great doctrine of Vaishnavism is that all souls are equal, all are pure by nature, all are servants of the deity. Distinctions are due to the body. This is with the Bhagavata, its philosophy, its ethics, and its theology. 1869. So we can understand that in the terms of DEI, that this is the foundation of a spiritual diversity, equity, and inclusion. True equality comes not from flattening material distinctions, but from recognizing that every being is an eternal servant of Krishna. You can artificially try to make everybody equal. You cannot try to make everybody of a particular ideology. That doesn't work. But you have to understand that the equality comes from our spiritual identity. Consistent message, what we receive from Krishna. On Varna and caste distortion, Varna and caste distortion. I'm going to put my glasses because I need that. Okay. Varna and caste distortions. Caste, as we find it at the present day, is a preservation of the old order of a spiritual division of work. It's a perversion. So how you find it right now, what you find in India is a perversion of what is supposed to be. Because it's being presented by birth. You are Brahmana, or you're a Vaishya, or you're a Kshatriya. But that's not what the Bhagavad Gita said. So it's a perversion. It's not natural. And as such, it does not help society in its onward progress. The sooner it is destroyed, the better for society. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes that. And the application to DEI, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur condemned caste by birth as adharma. He supported a social system where duties were organized by qualities and service, not privilege. Thus, inequality in the name of tradition must be reformed when it obstructs dharma. I'm going to go a little faster to try to cover everyone. He says on sectarianism and inclusion. Sectarianism is a natural byproduct of the absolute truth. When a man has a view of the absolute truth, he naturally creates a sect of his own. When we advance further, he is sure to give up his sectarian view and embrace a view more liberal and in harmony with others. Here we go, some application. Diversity of perspective is natural, but narrow sectarianism leads to exclusion. True Krishna consciousness expands beyond sectarianism and embraces unity in diversity, grounded in devotion. On universal brotherhood, we are of an opinion that all jivas are spiritual brothers. Krishna says that, I'm the seed-giving father of all living entities, and consequently should not quarrel with one another for few worldly things. Social conflict based on race, gender, or ideology is a symptom of forgetfulness of our shared identity as servant of Krishna. And Krishna conscious society teaches respect, humility, and cooperation on reform and spiritual progress. Now, you're listening to Bhaktivinoda Thakur in mid-1800s, 1850, 1869, 1860s, you know. So this is the vision of this universal religion. I'm going to skip now to just go, because I wanted to read you some of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. But I'm going to go to a summary right now of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So we go to that to, get to Srila Prabhupada. So you get an idea. I can make this little research available to whoever wants to read it afterwards. You can get it to Amrita Kelly Mataji. And I can send it to you and you can share it with whoever is interested. So here's a summary of Srila Bhaktivinoda's vision of DEI in Krishna consciousness. Equality of all souls. All souls are equal servants of God. In equity, true social roles, Varna, must be based on qualities and service, not heredity or privilege. Inclusion, no one is excluded from bhakti. Sectarianism is transcended in kirtan and service. Reform, corrupt traditions like casteism must be reformed to restore authentic dharma. So this is a summary of that vision. Now, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati comes next. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati was basically at the fall of the British Empire and then the beginning of the Indian liberation, like that, through that period of time. So Srila Bhaktisiddhanta, in our understanding, is considered the great among these great acharyas that is delivering to us this whole social structure and the process of Krishna consciousness. He is considered the greatest strategist and the institutional architect. Now, remember, these great acharyas are taking Lord Chaitanya's mission and being able to make it accessible to be spread all over the world. So they creating, one is the visionary. Now we're going to hear about the strategies and the great architect of an institutional structure that will allow that to happen. And I'm going to skip some of his writings. Well, I'm going to give you a taste, one, and then I'm going to go to the summary. So I want to get to Srila Prabhupada. On the universality of Sri Chaitanya's religion, the message of Sri Chaitanya is not intended for certain class of people. It is for every one of us. The Krishna Kirtan is universal. It's not the religion of a particular country, sect, or age. The application, not exclusion. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta emphasizes the Sankirtan is not bounded by nation, class, or sect. True inclusions mean welcoming all to chant the holy name. And then we have something about breaking the monopoly of birth of base caste. Same thing that Srila Bhaktivinoda, he continues that. Same thing with the sectarianism and unity. Same principle he delivered. And then on preaching beyond boundaries. We're not concerned with the interests of any particular country, society, or people. Our mission is to carry to every man in every part of the world the message of Sri Chaitanya and the holy name of Krishna. This is a proactive outreach. Equity not only inside the temple walls, but carrying the facilities for bhakti to all classes of society. The spiritual resources of kirtan, prasadam, and philosophy belongs to all. He writes on institutional responsibility. And I'm sorry we didn't have time to go through this. It's always, I'm a little too greedy for these things, and I never figured it out how to do it in a compact way that, but I try. So we go to his, the summary of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta's contribution. Diversity. Sri Chaitanya's message is for all. No restriction by nation, class, or religion. Equity rejects caste privilege. Fitness measured by sincerity and devotion, not birth. Inclusion denounces sectarianism, insists on global outreach and systematic organization to bring everyone into Sankirtan. And systemic architecture founded the Gaudiya Math, training center, presses, temples, tools for a structured, sustainable, inclusive global mission. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta designed an institution that was meant to go global. So that brings us to our founder Acharya, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, as the great executor and the world Acharya. Srila Prabhupada took that design, that institutional design, the vision, the whole thing, and was able to execute it and take it into the world. So he became the great world Acharya. So it's very wonderful what Prabhupada writes. I'm over. How sad. Okay, I read it very quick. You think I can take 5 minutes more? Yay, sorry. Anyone too hungry? It's all on me. I try to get better next time. On universal access to Krishna consciousness, universal. Prabhupada writes, we don't say, you're a Christian, you cannot enter. We don't say, you're a Mohammedan, you cannot enter. No, everyone can join. Krishna consciousness is so nice that everyone can join and they can flourish. Srila Prabhupada made the movement open to all faith and background, no exclusion. ISKCON is meant to be a universal home. On transcending race, nationality, and class, Krishna conscious movement is meant for this purpose, to unite everyone irrespective of caste, creed, nationality, color, religion, everyone. And then he say, that is possible. It's possible. It's possible to do it. He did it. I'm an example of it. I have no clue of ever heard Krishna in my life. I heard the first time I saw a Krishna devotee, I was 21 years old. No, I was 20 years old. 20 years old. I went to the door of the temple because they treat me. They say, there's free dinner for students. And I say, oh my God, free dinner, I'm there. But it was a devotee, but instead of being a devotee like a regular devotee, he had a wig. So we couldn't see that he was, a bald-headed fellow, with a ponytail, And I went there, and then opens this guy, like in dhoti and shaved head, and I say, what? But free food, I went in, and then here I am, 40 years later. So then, yes, it's for everyone. Srila Prabhupada, it's possible. He did it. Prabhupada did it. on facilities for all classes of people. Prabhupada was wonderful how he made it for everyone. Everyone can flourish. I'm going to go directly onto, well, this is important, I think. This is something that Prabhupada told one of his leaders, one of his main leaders. It is the duty of the ISKCON leaders of ISKCON to give every facility to all classes of men to advance in Krishna consciousness. That is the meaning of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. That is very clear, Prabhupada's mandate. Women's and inclusivity. Prabhupada was a great revolutionary when it came to give everyone, in spite of genders. He gave Brahminical initiation to women. In general and traditionally, it was not like that. That you give Brahmin initiation to women. Prabhupada did. Prabhupada made women's leaders. So this is Prabhupada's contribution. He was the great global acharya. Oh. Sorry, I'm way so much out of time. I hope you're at least enjoying, So here's a summary of Srila Prabhupada. Here's a summary, and we're going to end with that. I'm going to skip for the next time our present condition in ISKCON. And I'm just going to give you a little taste of that. So, Srila Prabhupada in DEI, diversity. ISKCON is meant for all nations, faith, genders, and classes. Equity. Everyone gets equal facility for advancement in bhakti. No exclusion by birth, race, wealth, gender, or role. Inclusion. Temples must be open, welcoming, and empowering for all. Institutional duty. Leaders must actively ensure inclusivity and avoid elitism. The vision, ISKCON is the living embodiment of Lord Chaitanya's prophecy, every town and village. So, this part I'm going to skip, but it is an important thing because the fact, and I want to leave you with this. We've been given something very wonderful. We've been given a gift that have the key to give to the world a social arrangement that can bring happiness to all, that can bring everyone into the fold. So, but when we see around in our temples, we don't see much diversity. We don't see things, we're not reaching to the locals. So not necessarily because of the lack of desire, not this necessarily by the lack of sincerity and effort, but it's something that as a community we have to discuss. How to be able to adjust in such a way that we can take this gift, take this mission, and bring it to the world. Srila Prabhupada say it's possible, and I think we can do it. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry for going over time, and I hope I was able to share with you something that is very important for me. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhu. I really appreciated your presentation. Because when we hear about Krishna consciousness or spirituality or bhakti, we may see that may or may not be really relevant to the way I'm living and existing in the society. But how you have presented, it's not only relevant, it's actually very important and probably the only way to exist peacefully and, go through our journey here in the material world in so much harmony. Thank you so much. Let's all express our appreciation to Prabhu. Haribo. Please keep coming, Prabhu, and probably you could make this part 5 next your next talk. Now I have a few announcements and seek your forgiveness to extend the program. One thing is, it's not completely Prabhu's fault. Yes, he has a topic. But we actually don't have the regular cooking team today. So 3 wonderful devotees, Mohanlila Prabhu, Pandurang Gopal Prabhu, and Srinivas Sharan Prabhu, they have been cooking. So they're running a little late. So we deliberately wanted to keep you guys here. Thank you for your patience. And a big haribol to 3 of them for helping in this last minute thing. And we have today's cleaning. Sorry, Abhay Prabhu, I'll get to Sunday responses. And we have cleaning. Haridwani Prabhu, Govinda Mohini Mataji. Is that the team today? No? Okay. Just sorry. Okay, maybe here. Okay, I don't see here. Whoever, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to go through multiple messages. Couldn't find, but thank you so much for the cooking team and cleaning team. Let's give a haribol to them. Haribol. And then we have one announcement for those of you who have kids going to the school age. Do you have any announcement, or you want me to just share the dates, Mataji, for the Sunday school? Yes, so the registration is open for the Sunday school, so it will go from the academic year along with other schools, and it starts on September 7th. And the registration is now open, and you can see Varsana Mataji if you have any questions. Thank you. And today's Sunday fee sponsorship is, we have Amit Agarwal Prabhu and family. They're seeking Vaishnava's blessings for the good health of parents. Thank you so much, Prabhu. We can all chant together for the well-being of Amit Prabhu and their parents and the whole family. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And we are seeking sponsorships for the next weekend. So whoever would like to inspire to have anything to celebrate, birthday, wedding, or remembering the parents, please see Abhay Prabhu. Now we have just couple more announcements. Please bear with us quick. We have one Bhadra Purnima coming up on September 7th. For those of you who already know, or those of you who don't know, it's a very special day where we have Srimad Bhagavatam here, the sets. So on this particular day, it's said in the Srimad Bhagavatam, one who gets Srimad Bhagavatam, keeping it on a golden throne. I mean, nothing is actually enough for the glory and value of Srimad Bhagavatam. You can have Bhadra Purnima play, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yes, so this is from Govinda Mohini Mataji. I'm gonna. Okay, sure. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, everyone. So, Srila Prabhupada has really given us this joyful process of Krishna consciousness with many festivals. And as Mataji said, Radha Ashtami festival is coming, and the festival season continues. So every festival, as we know, is very important for different personalities. Like Janmashtami is for Lord Krishna, Ramnavami for Lord Rama, Radha Ashtami for Srimati Radharani. So we have this Bhadra Purnima festival. So which personality? I think I've given the clue already, but which personality will be celebrating? It's Srimad Bhagavatam. So it's on September 7th. If you have all attended, you know how festive it is to be receiving and giving Srimad Bhagavatam on that day. And if you have never attended, we warmly welcome you and your family to come and participate in this joyful event. So in this day, there is a specific, Lord Krishna promises that whoever gives or receives the Srimad Bhagavatam attains the supreme destination. So together we come and celebrate with Kirtan, Katha, we do Pushpanjali, Arti, and then everyone's favorite, Prasadam. So please come and bring everybody with you. So it's on September 7th, 5 p.m. onwards, so please don't miss it. We invite you all to come. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Louder. Hare Krishna. There you go. How many of you attended Janmashtami last week? Okay, most of you. How was it? How was it? Haribol, very nice. So as Govinda Muni Mataji was saying, next week we have our most awaited festival, Radha Ashtami, coming up. Anybody know what is Radha Ashtami? Yes. And who is your favorite? No, only one. Who is your favorite? Who is your favorite? Krishna. How about there in the middle? Who is your favorite? Krishna. And you know who is Krishna's favorite? There you go. So, if you think Janmashtami was the most awaited festival, forget about it. Radha Ashtami is the most awaited festival. And if we celebrate in the most auspicious way, in the most sweetest way, then guess what? Krishna is going to be very, very happy. So our goal is to make Krishna very happy. So please make sure you come next Sunday. Unfortunately, I won't be here. I'm traveling next week for work. But the rest of the team will be here. So please join us for the Radha Ashtami. And we, as for any festival, we have some sponsorship seva available. And this is the old flyer. I am so sorry. Okay, something went wrong. I won't waste your time. But I'll share in a WhatsApp group. So we have festival decoration sponsorship available. We have festival prasadam sponsorship available. We also have festival garland sponsorship available. Of course, the program details is, I wish I had, I'll share from my flyer. So you all know what is the program? That is correct. It starts at 4 p.m. with Abhisak and Kirtan. And then Aarti is at 5 p.m., 5 to 25 p.m. Then there is a festival talk at 5:30, like it's a normal Sunday feast. And there is a festival prasadam at 6:30. And there will be another set of Kirtan and bhajan, specially dedicated to Radharani. So next Sunday, definitely, please don't miss the event. And then, like I said, we have festival prasadam for 501, Rajbhog at 251, festival decoration 201, festival deity garden 101, and tulsi and flower offering at 51. Of course, all this will continue from 4 p.m. all the way to 8 p.m. So there will be messages on WhatsApp as well. So if you want to sponsor any seva, please reach out to either Abhay Prabhu, myself, Sumangla Mataji, or Sarika Mataji. And that's all from my end, I guess. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Yeah.